Speaker Rosenberger and Representative Schuring, and the goal was to help the citizens of Ohio get what they needed. And when Responsible Ohio got defeated, it was our goal to not stop and to move forward and to come away with what I feel has been accomplished today, which is the beginning of a long journey. We've been on the road a long time. We've heard a lot of testimony. We've had long hours. Many things happen. But I can tell you that I'm very proud of everybody on this platform here. We all didn't start necessarily agreeing with one another, to say the least. And I'm very proud of our General Assembly. I know there's a lot of work ahead of us, but we want regulation. We want something right that's going to help the people in Ohio. We don't want people to leave this state to go somewhere else to get what they need. And I commend Representative Schuring for his leadership, Representative Ramos, Representative Huffman, Speaker Rosenberger, and everybody on this task force who's worked very hard to try to find a common ground. And what you have in front of you, and what will be spoken about over the next number of months, or number of weeks, I should say, will be, I think, the best medical marijuana bill in the United States of America. And I'm proud to be a member of it. Thank you.
My name is Dan Ramos. I'm a state representative from Lorain, Ohio. I'm the Democratic member of the task force, Democratic legislative member of the task force. This process has been incredible. It has been completely open. We've heard, I would say countless hours of testimony, but I think someone actually counted it. It's close to 24 hours, I believe, or 23. We heard from folks from all over the state and all over the country. This has been a very good process. This has been a nonpartisan process, and I look forward to, as we go into actual legislative hearings, it being a bipartisan process. And I commit myself and to work with, hope that my caucus can work with the majority caucus, that we can make certain something, that if we do something, it is something bipartisan. I've spoken, obviously, with a lot of advocates from around the state and around the country. Compassion tells me, of course, to try to help those who are hurting, but the good government side of me, speaking with others, traveling to Colorado, what I've heard everywhere is get everything in place before you open it up. That is what I think this bill has the opportunity to do. To actually set forward the regulations first, get the rules promulgated first, and then start getting sick people notice. Every other state that's done it the other way, and some of the attempts in Ohio to do it the other way, they have not worked. So I'm very happy to stand here sharing, and thank him for his leadership. Thank the Speaker for putting this together. This has a very real opportunity to help a lot of people, and I'm happy to be part of the process. Thank you. Brian Santine, Counselor at Large for the Ohio State Medical Association. I'd like to just start by thanking Speaker Rosenberger as well as Chairman Schuring for inviting us to be members of this task force. It has been a very invigorating conversation, and as you've heard before, I do believe countless hours were spent. The Ohio State Medical Association is proud of this endeavor. The results and the testimonies that we heard were absolutely invaluable to continuing this process moving forward. And while the OSMA really feels that any medicine should go through an FDA approval process, the beginning outline that has been, that Representative Schuring has begun to discuss today is certainly in keeping with that, recommending that the DEA consider reclassifying marijuana from a Class 1 to a Class 2 scheduled drug. The OSMA is certainly in favor of that. And so we look forward to continuing to be part of this process as we move forward. And again, just like to thank you both. So thank you.
Anyone else?
Good morning. My name is Matt Slosky. I'm the Executive Director of the Affiliated Construction Trades of Ohio, or AFT Ohio. I too would like to echo the comments and thank Speaker Rosenberger, Chairman Schuring, for assembling this panel to look into this very important topic in depth, and for inviting us to take part. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. ACT Ohio, in conjunction with the Ohio State Building and Construction Trades Council, represents 137 local unions, 14 regional councils, and over 92,000 skilled construction trades professionals across Ohio. Construction is an ultra-hazardous industry. Because of this, our members, local unions, and 14,000 signatory contractors make job site safety a top priority. The building trade self-imposed random mandatory drug testing on our workforce over 20 years ago. The costs associated with administering this program are significant, but our contractors and our customers expect the very best, and we strive to deliver the very best. On behalf of the trades, our hearts go out to all those hoping for an avenue to ease their pain or the pain of a loved one. The key, as we see it, is to strike the correct balance between offering additional options to ease suffering while maintaining workplace safety. I trust, with the knowledge garnered through the task force proceedings, which was handled in exemplary fashion, I might add, one of the best proceedings I've taken part in my 10 years involved in the state government. I trust that the Ohio legislature will put in place sound public policy that achieves this balance. Speaking on behalf of our 92,000 members, our message is pretty simple. We need to get this right. I absolutely believe the legislative efforts will yield a better result than a ballot initiative, and I'm proud to be a member of this task force, and I look forward to working with the chairman and the speaker on this going forward. Thank you.
Anyone else? Representative Steve Huffman and I represent Miami County and Southern Clark County. I'm also a practicing physician for the last 20 years, and I appreciate the leadership of Speaker Rosenberger and Chairman Schuring. And I echo what everybody else says. I just want to say something different. I want to thank the 100+ witnesses that we saw in our 20-some hours. Some very powerful testimony, and I think that all the task force would say the same thing, that there was a lot of things I didn't know about marijuana when we started, and a lot of things I didn't want to know. And we learned a lot, and I appreciate, I see a lot of the witnesses and families that were out there, but from the medical aspect, how physicians that testified, families and how it impacted them, but also from the business aspect about how to cultivate and the meaning of manufacturing and distribution and things like that. But, so I just want to thank the witnesses that came forward for us, and I look forward to the ones for the rest of our committee. And I appreciate the process, and I truly believe, at first as a physician, I see myself as a scientist, but yes, and I agree with Dr. Santine, let's let the FDA and science take care of this. But I am now, for the past 15 months, been a politician elected to the Ohio House, and I see it from the other way too. We need to lead. That's what I was elected to do. That was what the Speaker was elected to do, was lead the people of the state of Ohio. And sometimes it's harder to lead than others, right, Speaker? And I appreciate the challenge that we're going to take on as a committee and as a House and the General Assembly, and I think this will be the best outcome for the state of Ohio. Thank you.